Can I say David Taffet is one of the most irritating people?
David. Yeah, absolutely.
No, David Taffet is one of the most irritating people I've ever worked with.
David has a sense of humor, I would say it's a great sense of humor.
He has a wicked sense of humor that I find wonderful. It's never mean, never mean. It's just very creative. He's witty. He's very, very bright.
A quirky sense of humor, for sure. I've been dubbed the late Patty Fink on the show, and I'm not dead.
David has so many quirks and idiosyncrasies that he makes the Kardashians look normal.
How can I put this? David likes to chat. He's a great conversationalist. Do not start a conversation with David unless you want to see it to the end. It's just like his stories.
In spite of all of my teasing of him, he's an incredibly generous person.
He's a very thoughtful, compassionate, smart, caring person who does things for the right reasons. And if he gave you a phone call and asked you to do something or wanted to talk to you, you should take that call.
David does everything from a deep and intrinsic sense of what is right and moral.
He's amazingly kind and compassionate, and he has amazing humility. There just isn't anything selfish about him. He's always trying to figure out how he can do something for somebody else, and he gives unconditionally.
The institutions that we have today are really dependent on, you can't build them on one cornerstone. You have to put a lot of bricks in the pile and build those institutions. And he is one of those very solid bricks on the first floor.
People like David, they really are the unsung heroes.
And I think he's one of those guys that, one of those people who is a leader in the community because he can't not do it.
He's a role model. He's a role model to young people. He's a role model to people like me.
David is probably the biggest champion of young LGBT people and questioning and allies.
David's work and his commitment to the community definitely go hand in hand. He understands how all the aspects of the community are woven together to make a complete fabric.
David's contributions are too numerous to mention. The congregation at which I'm a rabbi, Beth El Binah, the John Thomas Gay and Lesbian Center, Lambda Weekly on KNON.
Lambda Weekly is the longest, oldest-running LGBT radio show anywhere in the United States.
I think it's amazing that he has been on KNON talk show, Lambda Weekly, for so many years.
David's been with Dallas Voice as long as I can remember, and that I would say 28, 29 years. You cannot pigeonhole him. David, street activism, the halls of power, AIDS, healthcare, women's issues, minority issues, religious. He covers all the bases.
I think we all benefit from David's writing and the voice because he brings a 30-plus year history of this community.
David's a force to be reckoned with. There's no question. He brings so much to everything he does and so much energy.
The community piece of this is one thing, but I'm going to remember David for his kindness and his compassion and his humility.
He doesn't care about the credit. He gets in and wants to get the job done. He doesn't care who makes the headline, who makes the news, who it's attributed to, as long as the job gets done.
He does things without anyone even asking him to. He does so many things without recognition.
I really think that the sum of David is a gift to all of us.
David, I'm thrilled that you're receiving the Kuchling Award. You deserve it. You should be honored by this community, and thank you for everything you've done.